My sister has been lying about our family for years. She's told everyone else we're beating and using her for coming out. I'm not great at explaining things, so please bear with me. About 3 years ago, my 15F older sister Leah, 17F, underwent a drastic personality change overnight. She went from being the sweet, reliable big sister to being kind of snappy and closed off. She stopped doing chores, would get an attitude if anyone reminded her, spent all day in her room, you get the point. I was 12 at the time, so I had no idea why she was acting like that, and my older brother, 21M, had moved out and was busy with school and whatnot. In the beginning, my parents chalked it up to typical teenage girl behavior, which was also technically part of the issue, but one night, she just came out of her room crying and told us she likes both boys and girls. My parents were extremely supportive of this, and so was my brother because he was into guys. I wasn't educated on this kind of stuff at the time, so I didn't get it until my parents explained it to me and why it was such a big deal to her. I was just like, cool, good for you big sis. So, anyways, her behavior got better after that, and she was being nice to us again. She didn't hang out with me as much, which I get, lol, what teenage girl wants to be around their little sister? So, fast forward 3 years later, and my sister and I are really close again, or at least I thought we were. One thing I've noticed, the same with my parents, is that her friends started acting very weird towards us. They wouldn't talk to us whenever they came over, or would occasionally make backhanded remarks or roll their eyes when we spoke. It was weird, but again, this was only when they came over, which was rare, so my parents and I kinda just brushed them off like, whatever, they don't have to like us. About an hour ago, I just found out why they act like this. I was peacefully binge watching an anime when my phone started buzzing like crazy. When I checked, I was added into a group chat on Instagram by her friends. In this group chat, they were basically bashing me for being a horrible person. They were calling me a hater, a spoiled brat, a terrible sister, a golden child, and somehow, a homewrecker. They kept telling me I need to apologize to my sister for abusing her, so obviously, I'm confused, and when I expressed my confusion to them, they told me to stop acting dumb and innocent. Soon after, they realized I was being serious and genuinely did not know what they were talking about. That's when they sent me a bunch of screenshots between them and my sister. To sum things up, my sister has fed her friends a very wild story about her life and how we treat her. Starting off with how our parents are extremely hateful, and are kicking her out at 18 because of her preferences with girls. When she came out, I quickly became the favorite child. I'm spoiled and get everything I want, and because of this, I treat her badly for fun. I hit her, steal and break her things, verbally abuse her, call her hateful slurs, and not only do my parents allow it, but they also encourage it. She's forced to do all of the chores and cooking in the house, including cleaning my room, which is wild by the way because this girl does not know how to cook lol. There's so much more. The screenshots go back like 2 years, so she's been telling them this for close to 3 years. I asked them why it's taken them this long to confront me, and they said she begged them not to confront or talk to us about it because apparently it will make things worse for her. Her plan was to just go no contact with us when she's 18, but they couldn't hold back this time because the most recent thing she told them was that apparently I found out about the guy she likes and is talking to and immediately found his social media and started texting him, and now he won't talk to her. So not the abusing, but this was the straw that broke the camel's back for them, lol. I debunked as much as I could, sent them pictures from pride festivals we went to with her, pictures of us together, and pictures of my brother with his boyfriend. They were upset, but I asked them not to do anything until I figured out how to deal with it because apparently, my sister is the abused black sheep of the family, and they agreed. The conversation about me stealing the boy she likes happened a few hours ago. I checked on my sister, and she was peacefully sleeping, so she doesn't know about the group chat. I don't know how to go about this, I don't even know why she's doing it. What should I do? Update 1. First off, I want to thank everyone for their advice. You all helped me get my thoughts in order, so I really appreciate that. As for the update, I talked to my parents, and it went kinda how I expected, kinda not. I went with the obvious advice you all gave me and took screenshots of everything, including the messages from last night's group chat. My dad gets home earlier than my mom, and my sister has a part-time job, so I spoke to my dad first. Obviously, he was furious, shocked, hurt. It was hard watching it happen since I love my dad. He also apologized a lot as I'm the one who had to find this out and sit him down. Anyway, Mom got home, and my dad wanted to talk to her alone, so I went into my room. I heard my parents arguing a lot, and I'll skip the details, but I later found out that Mom knew about Leah's lies. She found out about 5 months ago and didn't tell my dad. I don't know the details, but apparently, she made my sister promise not to do it anymore and just trusted that she wouldn't. Safe to say my dad was furious. Leah got home, and things got worse, mostly more screaming from Leah. It was hard not to hear because I was literally in the house, but my dad said that Leah was punching and scratching her legs, threatening to unalive herself, and also screaming that she was going to unalive me. So I was kinda scared to leave my room, literally never heard my sister scream like that before. My dad was already mad that my mom went behind his back and kept him out of something that involves his child. My mom defended herself, saying that she was just protecting Leah and that she's just a kid, but my dad is smart enough to realize that Leah is clearly not mentally well and said she needed to be put into a mental hospital. From what I heard and what my dad told me, my mom begged him not to, but dad was already mad about what she did, so he threatened to leave her if she didn't comply. There was more arguing, but eventually, they did drive her to the hospital, and obviously, I haven't seen her since. My dad and I are now at my grandparents' dad's side, and he is not currently speaking to my mom. However, he did tell her that if she tries to take Leah out, then she is ending their marriage. I also spoke to my brother, and obviously, he was hurt but concerned for our sis, so there's that. My dad and I have talked a lot, and he apologized to me for everything going on, but it's not his fault, so there's nothing to forgive. If anything, I feel more bad about the situation, but my dad and I are good. I'm not sure exactly where my parents' relationship stands right now, but dad told me not to worry about adult stuff and to just focus on being a kid and going to school, so that's what I'm gonna try and do. Update 2. Hey guys, it's been a minute, but I have another update if you all are still interested. Also, thanks again for the sweet comments, it means more than you know. I'll start with some positive stuff first. My brother and his boyfriend took me and my dad to the movies and out to dinner. It was really fun and took my mind off things. New Year's was really fun. I spent it with my dad's side of the family. I haven't shared too many details with friends because this is a family matter, but from what they know, they've been super supportive and sweet. As for Leah, she was supposed to get out on the 1st, but that didn't end up happening, and she ended up getting out on the 5th instead, and is staying with our mom. Again, I repeat, I don't know how all that stuff works. I had a conversation with my dad about not feeling comfortable going home and being around my sister and mom just yet, and he was very understanding. However, he did have to go back for obvious reasons, and my grandparents were more than pleased to keep me there. About my sister, from what I know, her first day out she didn't talk to anyone and basically just slept the rest of the day. The second day was a little rough. She wasn't happy about not getting her phone back or having some privileges taken from her. My mom tried to fight with my dad about it, but basically gave up as she's still in hot water with him. When mom found out I wasn't coming home right away and wasn't really open to talking to Leah about the situation yet, she got pretty upset and sent me a message. She basically said that I can't be mad at Leah because she's not well, and needs all the support she can get right now. Apparently, she's distraught that I don't want to talk to her, and I'm making things worse. Okay, literally never cared less. Leah does have depression and anxiety. I don't know more than that, other than she is being medicated. I'm pretty sure my dad did talk to my sister's therapist to update her on the situation. My dad did go through my sister's phone, and it wasn't cute. He found a group chat where my sister and her friends were basically harassing a girl from their school, and the reason, I have no clue. Not just for that situation, but for the entire situation in general, my dad did have to find the numbers of Leah's friends' parents and let them know what's been going on. I have no clue what's happening with them, but it's none of my business. Leah did admit that the lying was for attention and false sympathy, and she never meant for it to go this far. Not sure if I believe that entirely. I don't think I need it, but my dad also wants to put me in therapy, so I'm just going with it. A big issue right now, my mom continues to coddle and enable my sister. My sister knows this too, so she hasn't been going to my dad about anything because she knows that he is going to actually parent her. My mom will try to stand her ground with Leah, but then the waterworks start and the rest is history. It's annoying and makes my dad upset. It's the fact my sister knows she can get my mom to do what she wants. It's manipulative and gross. I have gone back to school, and Leah is coming back soon. I'm worried for when that happens. Many of you said she might try to spin some story with teachers or counselors, but also, as of right now, my sister is essentially friendless, and I'm not going to talk to her at school either. I already said this in a comment, but I'm going to say it here too. Regardless of what you all think, I do not plan on forgiving or speaking to my sister anytime soon. She does not get a pass because her mental health is bad. She still actively chose to do something disgusting and continued to do that for 3 years. She did not just make up lies about how I treat her, she and her loser squad would actively make fun of and bash my character any chance they got. Looks, hobbies, interests were all bashed. I would never let someone speak about my sister the way she let them speak about me. I love her and genuinely hope she gets better, but I don't have to like her. My mom can think I'm a brat, and my sister can cry about it as much as she wants. I don't care, it's going to take a long time for me to trust her again. It honestly terrifies me to the core how insanely two-faced a person can be. It literally baffles me. The main issue right now, my dad wanted to fight for their marriage, he really did. He looked into marriage counseling and individual counseling immediately, but after more talking and arguing about my sister, my mom lying and continuing with her BS, my dad ended up finding something very disgusting that my mom has been hiding from him, which has left him heartbroken. I'd rather not get into it, but my dad does not plan on continuing with my mother. Things are a little tough right now. My dad can't exactly just leave our house, mainly because my sister refuses to leave my mom, and understandably, my dad doesn't want to leave Leah alone with her. So he's staying just until some legal stuff is sorted out, and I don't plan on going back anytime soon. That's basically it for now. I don't know if I'll update again, we'll just have to wait and see.